Hello and welcome to another weekly outlook for the coming week. First of all, before you switch off, I would like to let you know that you have timestamps in the description below, so you can skip around to the spot where you will find the information you are searching for. Then the next thing is, yes, I'm still searching the best format of this weekly review, so maybe this one will be a little choppy and not as short as it should be, but nevertheless, these weekly reviews are mainly for me, so I can prepare for the week. And yeah, I publish it, so even you can have something of it. Maybe you can learn something or confirm your ideas or something like this. Okay, the third thing, I was ill. I just had COVID, so I'm still recovering, so my voice maybe it's not as it should be when I'm healthy, and occasional coughs may be in place. Okay, so I will just start. After the analysis of a pair, I will make a recap and a trading plan, and this trading plan will be also time-stamped. I will also do a review of price action for the previous week. And so let's start. Okay, so the main idea for the previous week, I believe, was this is the start of the previous week, was short and then long. Let's switch to the 4-hour. Short and then long to close weekly daily imbalance and to tap into this supply zone, weekly supply zone. So the price on the open did a slight bullish movement, and then the rest of the week was almost straight down. It closed 4-hour imbalance and almost closed a daily imbalance, so this 4-hour imbalance is not valid anymore. They're still open, as you can see. This daily imbalance just a little bit, and yes, that was on the first on Monday. Overnight up and then down, and then consolidation down here. In terms of price movement and what the price did, Asian session in range, Frankfurt Open killed the Asian high, tapped into this 1-hour supply zone here. I was looking to get short at least from this breaker block here. The price never get in, created this sell side liquidity, get the sell side liquidity, create a chuck or a boss down here, and then was mostly stagnant. Asia pumped high into this supply zone here, moved down and continued down in a big swing down move, tapped into this 4-hour order block. The first one ran almost instantly. There was some slight reaction here and here, but eventually it was run through, and then we tapped into this big 4-hour OB here, a slow pullback. A slow pullback created liquidity, so I will delete this one and this one. These are not valid anymore. This liquidity was taken, this one was taken, this one was also taken. Let's just, for the sake of the explanation, move this one here. So there was this big sell side liquidity here, okay, that was taken by this move down. So there was a boss and a choke, and there was a trading opportunity on I believe it is Thursday, yes, on starting of New York session. So Frankfurt as always cleared liquidity from Asia high, and then London sell, and start of New York session was a buy to mitigate an order block here and a sell down. What we have now is a slow recovery here. Again, Asia was buying, and then Frankfurt took liquidity, a slow pullback, but at the end it continued up, and on Friday afternoon the price consolidated. And yes, so now even this one is not valid anymore. This OB was ran through, it's not valid anymore. Okay, the liquidity here was taken, and the liquidity here was taken. Now what we are left with. This supply zone up here, and this OB, 4-hour OB up here is still valid. And in terms of what I'm expecting this week, it goes like this. Let's go to the weekly just to see the candles, and yes, this is the weekly candle, it's fine. The imbalance up here is still open, so it's a weekly and daily imbalance, and there is a shit ton of sell side liquidity below this trend line all these weeks and so on. The pullback didn't come not even close to the premium zone up here, so above the 50% of this last swing down. So there's still plenty of space for the price to go higher eventually. What we have here is some sort of engulfing wick, so it's not a real engulfing because previous wick open was lower than this close, so I don't see this as an engulfing. Okay, what I have marked here is protected low, or what I believe is a protected low, and let me explain why. So this is the lowest point before this break of structure here, and the price slowly builds up. It taps into this OB up here, but then the price was initially rejected and went straight through to create a higher high. And my idea is to sell for the first half of the week into an OB down here. So there are mostly equal lows here, so something down here. So the sell down to take some trendline liquidity. So if I mark up the liquidity, it's down here. Okay. This was already taken. This is still open. Maybe also below this equal lows here. Just let me adjust the visibility. Okay. So there's still some liquidity here. Okay. So with the move down, all these higher lows here are internal liquidity. And this is for me a protected low. So my prediction is, or my trade plan A is the price to go down here, or just tap into an OB here, or even lower, and run higher. Okay, this is the weekly plan. For now, the structure on this move down is straight bearish, and if we didn't break this low here, then for the change of trend on the 4-hour, this is the place to wait for a change of character, as the charts are now. Okay, like this. This boss chalk here is lower time frame boss chalk, because this action here is bullish. So we have one high, second high, third high here, and now the price is going down. So a trade plan for Monday would be something like make a chalk up and down. And this is pretty much for EU what I believe. Now I will make a recap for those of you who want just a trade plan. So I'm expecting the price for the first half of the week to go lower, to take some liquidity, to then go higher, eventually take the internal liquidity of all these lower highs here and tap into a weekly supply zone up here. And yeah, in terms of pips, let's take a look. 300 pips, so this most likely will not happen this week. The average weekly movement volatility on EU on a weekly basis is 133 pips, so I doubt it will reach that high. If we measure this amount of pips from the open that was here, so 130 would be this OB here, and 130 to the downside would be somewhere in these lows here. So that's it. Okay, let's go on GU. Yeah, the plan was up and down, and in reality didn't did that, but it respected this trend line here. So this was last week. It is also bullish week. So as I see it now, it goes same as EU. First part of the week down and then up. There's just liquidity that was taken with this move down. And there is a lot of liquidity up here. So if we switch to the daily, this move up took liquidity from these lower highs here, tapped into this OB here, and reversed down. And on the 4 hour, let's get rid of these lines and this line, and there is, so this week up took liquidity from this candle's highs here, left some open, and yes, let's see where. If we take into account the discounted zone starts here at 1.3455, and yeah, it could be just a continuation down or a slightly up move to mitigate some OB, and then a down move, continuation down to maybe then go higher. So the weekly plan would be something like, let's see, okay, this imbalance daily here was closed, this imbalance daily here was also closed, this weekly imbalance here was also closed. I have a volume profile here that it's not valid anymore. This for our OP, it's not valid anymore, and this is also, there was some reaction, as you can see, of this to our OB to have some retracement, but then the price reversed and it went down. So all these OBs are not valid anymore. The 4-hour imbalance and another 4-hour imbalance here still open. There was, I believe, a nice trade. Let me see just where. Okay, what we left open mostly is this liquidity up here. Delete. And yeah. So the weekly trade plan would be option A, a tap into this 1-hour OB here. I will mark it just like from the candle open to make it smaller. OB red. OB1H like this. And there is also an OB here, the last buy to sell before breaking structure, but didn't took much liquidity. In fact, the liquidity up here is still open. There is imbalance here. Sorry. And what we have down here is this OB of which the price is reacting now. Green, and this is also 1-hour OB. Below okay, let's look at the structure for our this should be the protected low, because after this low the price broke structure here, and on the move up the structure goes like this, slight pullback, break of structure, slight pullback, I will count this as a higher high, a pullback, it went into the demand zone, break of structure, pullback. This is on a lower time frame, break of structure, pullback and up, but on the 4-hour I will just count this move up here. Okay, so the 4-hour last demand zone is this one, from this high to this low here. So change of character below this low here means we are on the 4-hour, we are turning bearish, maybe to go lower. So let's put this entire zone as an demand zone. Okay. As for the trade plan now, would be, in my opinion, something like up, down, and then up. If this OB holds, if this OB down here don't hold, or this demand zone down here don't hold, then all these are liquidity points, and this is the last bigger demand zone before the break of structure and this swing up. And regarding this, let's say this is A, and the B plan would be just to go lower. So tapping here, or maybe even a little bit higher to take liquidity, to then just continue down to take this internal liquidity here, to get into the discounted price area. So this would be the B plan. So yeah, that's it. That's the plan. Valid, and there is a lower time frame OB somewhere here. I will just mark it with 1 hour and just mark the week. So this is the extreme now. And yeah, that's it for GU. Let's go on AU. The plan was to go higher, to then go lower. It went first lower, then higher, tapped into an 4-hour OB here, and then reversed down. The liquidity is, of course, still here. What I'm expecting, let's go on the weekly just to see the candle. It was also a bearish week. And yeah, okay, the overall picture, I still believe it's bearish and it will continue just going down. So I'm expecting another bearish week. And in terms of where to go, okay, this didn't work out. This is from last week. This is also from last week. My guess is, so the best guess would be to go to mitigate this 4-hour doji that's function as an order block. So we have this 4-hour OB here, and now this is the new OB if the order flow will be respected. A bullish action up here, so, and then to go lower. So this is plan A, and this is some sort of order block also here. This is plan B, shorting from here, going down. As for targets, well, of course, taking liquidity at least, and go even lower to this 4-hour OB here. So this would be the targets for the week, like this. Let's just jump to the 1 hour. And let's adjust this one to this supply zone here before the break of structure. So this was all bullish. This was the first change of character. The smaller one, this was the bigger one here. And yeah, let's mark this entire demand zone here. Sorry, supply zone here. Supply zone here, and then there is of course also this 4-hour up here. Yeah, and that's it for the trading plan for EU. GJ, the retail zone here didn't play out. It was a nice bearish week as expected. Just the 4-hour here was never tapped, and neither this one here. It just created some liquidity here and then dropped lower, and that's fine. Following the price, after this choke here, there was this step here into the supply zone, in the entire supply zone. It was from this low to this high. A tap in an OB here, and then the price went lower. All this is still valid. This was taken, not valid anymore. Now, in terms of internal liquidity, on the bottom side, there's no much. This low was taken. Now, the other higher low is here, and after that, nothing really pops out. And in terms of where the price from here, it would be really nice to see a reaction from no, this is taken out. Okay, then let's go to the next one. From this demand zone here. So maybe something like a little pullback, demand go higher, and to take liquidity, internal and maybe even external, for this price range on the 4-hour here. yeah, that's pretty much it. This is also tap, I believe, into the discounted price range of this entire swing up. Yes, it is. Let's just make it without the background. Okay. And yeah, this is pretty much what I see. Maybe this outlook was not so energizing and a little bit monotone and without head and a tail, but this is just how I feel right now. And yeah, I will just like to point out another pair, and that's CadJpy. There is a nice 4-hour Wyckoff playing along, and I don't usually trade this pair, but this is very nice. The Wyckoff is completed as the price went lower even than the automatic rally or automatic reaction here, and this OB was respected here. And if the order flow will hold, I will wait for the price to tap into this 4-hour doji here that functions as an order block, so to go then short again, so up. Maybe it will take the entire week to go up, I don't know, but after that I'm expecting shorts. And this is what I will be waiting for. I will put an alert even down here. This is also an OB here for our OB here that could be enough for the price to then go lower. So I will put an alert here below, and I will also mark it like a horizontal line of mine and the start when I plotted the alert. That's it. So if you have any suggestions on how would you like to see the weekly outlook, or any other suggestions, comments, questions, maybe if you want to to view a pair that you are trading so I can take a look, you can post in the comments. If you liked the video, which I doubt, hit that like button, and of course you can join my Discord group server, and the invite link is in the description below. All this analysis was based on a top-down analysis that was made last week. I will also leave the link to that analysis in the description below. And that's it for this week's analysis. Hope you enjoyed, maybe learned something, maybe not. Maybe I am encouraging you to do your own. Whatever the reasons are, that's it for this analysis. Thank you for watching. See you on the next one, and bye-bye.